What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Just got done hunting with my good friends, my good South African friends up there in Northeast Texas, Estienne and Sean. Always enjoy hunting with those guys. It doesn't matter if it's rain, sleet, or snow, or they're on 2 hours of sleep. They are down to hunt. And one of my biggest issues is making time to go out that way. It's a 2.5 hour trek for me. So that's 5 hours of driving there and back and also hunting. It's not easy, it's hard. But I try to get out there as much as I can. Hunting's been slow right now. If you follow Ultimate Night Vision's YouTube channel, you see a ton of hunting, you see a ton of kills. But recently, things have been a little slow, and it's all because of summertime and the crops. It is one of the biggest farming operations I've ever seen, and also one of the biggest places I get access to hunt on. It's over 30,000 acres of corn, soybean. They're fixing to do peas. They got oats. They got coastal. They got all kinds of stuff growing out there. And the grass is getting really, really tall. The crops are getting really tall. Some of that corn is already a 6 foot tall. You know, with night vision and even some of the best thermals in the game, you're not going to be able to see through that stuff. Rich has been able to fly the drone over. The pigs are there. They just can't do anything about it. They might get lucky to get one or two in one night. So I hit up Sean and Estienne. They were like, hey, we're fixing to cut some fields. I think we'll be able to see some pigs. And sure enough, they were scouting the last 2 nights, and there's been a few pigs out there. Unfortunately, the winds were just bad, and we came in a little too hot to one of the gates. When I first pulled in, I was running my dual MH25s. The Johnson grass in the ditch kind of messed up my visibility looking into that field. And when I turned into that gate, the pigs were 20, 30 yards from the gate. They heard us and they smelled us. We were coming out of the south. Winds were coming out of the south and they were north of us. They started booking it. We got out. We tried to get a pursue on them. We tried to pursue them. We moved 50, 60 yards. They moved another 100 yards. We did this for about 500 yards and we were soaking sweat. Temperatures were like 69, 70 degrees. But we had those damn hoodies on trying to keep the mosquitoes off of us. And you're going to see the mosquitoes, man. They were horrendous, prehistoric mosquitoes. But we ended up losing that group. The wind just screwed us every single time. And Sean spotted another group in the back. We ended up going over there and ended up being 10 pigs. We smoked 6 out of that 10. 5 recovered in the field. There was one that I hit really hard. You should be able to hear the audio on that hit. I hit him really hard, but the vegetation in the brush was just too thick. I wasn't going in that brush looking for him. It was a good hunt because Sean and Estienne said, hey, we haven't seen this many pigs in probably 2 months. So it was a good sign, and it shows that even though they cut those fields, the animals are still comfortable coming out into those fields, you know? So I think the killing is fixing to pick up, especially when they harvest that corn and they harvest the winter wheat. Last year, they harvested winter wheat with Rich at Ultimate Night Vision, and they killed 72 pigs in one night. If they do it again this year, I honestly think there could be a record number within the team UNV, especially if I show up. I think we could hit 100 plus easily. But we'll see. If I can make the time to get out there and make that happen, I think we could pull that off. But it's just slow hunting right now. A lot of people always ask, hey man, how is the pig activity with this heat? Those pigs are just like us. They don't want to be out in the heat. They want to be somewhere nice and cool, and that's where they're at. But when that sunfall drops, when we get sunset and it's nightfall, those pigs are out because it's nice and cool. And you're going to see them in the video. They're soaking wet. They've been sitting in those river bottoms, and they're just waiting for nightfall to come out, and they'll start grazing on those pastures. I hope you guys enjoy this footage.
Me and Estienne's been watching this property around here, and like all of this back here was planted with oats and millet, and I mean it was tall. I mean it was really tall, and we've been watching those pigs, and like Estienne said, you know, over the last couple of months it's been really slow around here, and we haven't been seeing any pigs, and well, we've been watching it. I told Estienne, I personally think, you know, there's going to be a bunch of pigs out. There's pigs in there, we just can't see it.
Here, ever since we started, we've probably went down 3/4 of what it used to be, if not less. more. I mean,
You think it's the pressure?
I think it's the pressure.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it must be.
Yeah.
I mean, you would walk out when
Definitely not killing them all.
Miskalski. I mean,
Definitely
you
not
know,
Not killing them all.
Definitely
Yeah.
not.
there was out of the 100 times we've hunted, say the past year, out of say 90 times, if you went right back at the back of the ranch over there, we saw pigs.
You saw big, yeah.
You pretty much every time you
almost
came in,
every time we
right
came during the
underneath
winter
that oak
time.
tree.
Yeah,
where you made your first video.
yeah.
And the one night with Miskalski, we went down there, we stalked the group, and then he was like, what's over there behind the boss's house? And there was another group of 30, 40 pigs. And now, me and him's gone down on the ranch here, probably in the past couple months since he's been
Just
here.
looking back
How many
there.
times? Probably say 10, 15 times.
Yeah.
And we've not seen a single pig.
Like I'd pick it up.
IRA Mafia, baby. IRA Mafia.
I know it's a little bit too hot to wear hoodies,
No, I'm putting a hoodie on.
but mosquitoes ain't getting
Yeah, I'm putting a hoodie on.
That makes me and Sean
People watching this YouTube video are like, why are these guys wearing hoodies in the summertime? But the mosquitoes are bad, guys. The mosquitoes are horrible. So right now, today the high was about 100 degrees. At nighttime, the temperatures drop and it get down to about 70, 75. Estienne said it was down to 63 last night. And still the mosquitoes are going to be a problem. So we spray down as much as we can, and we wear hoodies. And when it gets down into the 60s, I know that's nowhere near being cold, but it gets chilly when you're going through those hot days. 60 degrees, real chilly. So we'll throw the hoodies on. As soon as we start getting into these fields, the mosquitoes will start getting stirred up, and they'll start tearing us up. So the hoodies help. It sucks when it's super hot. I try not to wear them, but conditions are real good tonight for a hoodie. Drive by. Drive by. Three, two. Oh, he got hit in the woods. Any stragglers to the left?
Nothing my side.
As you guys can see, the mosquitoes are real bad, but just look how wet these pigs are. A lot of people are asking, man, what do these pigs do during the daytime? How do you find the pigs during the day? We don't look for the pigs during the day. Right now, the temperature is probably right around 75, 70, right under 80 degrees, so it's really nice. But as you can see, these jokers are soaking wet, which tells you they are sitting in low-lying wet areas trying to stay cool during the day. We got another one right over here, soaking wet. Look at all the mosquitoes. They are horrendous right now. Just soaking wet. There's another one that was tagged right along the fence line. As soon as you start shooting and they get an opportunity to run, they'll go straight for that fence line. Can't blame them. And there's another one over here in the brush. Hope I'm not offending anybody here using this light. I couldn't believe how many people flipped out because of the flashlight that I'm using out here at night. And I know for a fact there's another one back there. I don't know if you guys heard it in the video when I shot. You hear it go thunk, and I was like, oh, I just tagged that one back in the tree line. But I'm not going in there. I am not going in there looking for him. You know, I was walking through this grass and I'm like, I don't get it. What are they grazing on? What the hell is it? And Estienne said, right here. What we got on the ground, Estienne?
That's oats and ryegrass.
Oats and ryegrass. That's what they're wanting. That's what we're finding them in. We went out and Estienne and Sean had spotted several pigs in a pasture down the road. So we made the decision to go down there and go check that area. And we're driving down the road, no lights. I'm just looking with my dual MH25s on my helmet. And immediately when I turned into the road, to the gate, I spotted the pigs maybe 30 to 40 yards from where we stopped. And it was too late. They already knew we were there. We start to stalk, and the more we stalked, the further out they got pushed. They just, we'll get in about 60, 80 yards, and then they'll push off. We did this like 2 or 3 times, and then Sean spotted another group of pigs in the background. So the pigs that we originally started to stalk ran off. There was no way we could catch up to them and get the footage that we wanted. And finally we got up on the other group that was in the background, and it was a group of 10 pigs, and we took the shot on them and we smoked 6 for sure. 5 in the field, 2 in the brush. Anyways, we get done with that long night. The hunting here has changed. I don't know if you guys follow Ultimate Night Vision, but Estienne and Sean, Rich, they do a lot of shooting over there on that channel. And there's a big difference from wintertime and summertime. Right now, the crops are growing. They got corn, they got soybean, cotton, and the pigs are extremely comfortable in that brush, in that vegetation, and they're not coming out. You can spot them with the drone, you can see them, but down on the ground, that thermal cannot cut through all that crop, and it's really hard to pick these pigs up. Right now, it's harvest time. A lot of rain has been hitting this place, so they're able to harvest the wheat right now. They're cutting hay. They're having to cut some of the cornfields down because it's just not producing the way they wanted it. So right now things are getting cut. Dakota running around here. What's up, Bubba? And we're able to start seeing the pigs now. So when we saw these pigs tonight, Estienne and Sean were excited because they haven't seen this in about 2 months because of those crops are coming in. Anyways, long story short, we're coming back to the buggy, back to the truck, and we spotted some pigs over on a neighbor's property, and we're just sitting there just watching them, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to yell out, hey, bud. This is one of Rich and Estienne's things to say in their videos, so I just stood there, and I was like, hey, bud. Maybe 2 minutes later, I look off to my left, on Estien's side, and there had to have been 15, 20 pigs, and they were running. I spooked them when I was yelling that. Anyways, we tried to stalk them guys. They were already spooked and on the run. We lost them. They were literally, what do you guys think? Maybe 200 yards from this trailer?
Probably.
Yeah, probably about 200, 250 yards from this trailer. Gone. So whenever you're out and you're looking for animals, try to keep it down. Don't yell. Don't be the dumbass. So the gear. I know some people are going to be curious to what I was using. Excuse me. I've been really hard on the bolt gun recently. That's all I've been wanting to run is bolt gun, bolt gun, bolt gun. But when I go out there, you better bring a semi-automatic. There's been several situations where I've been in with those guys, and there was 150, 200, I'm not even exaggerating with these numbers, 200 pigs easily, and I had a bolt action rifle. And I said, never again am I showing up out here with a bolt action. I said, I want to have a semi-automatic. So I showed up with my TK10. I call it the TK10 because people throw a fit when you say AR10. That's another conversation. But here it is. This is the rig. I've talked about this on YouTube before. Alpha Omega Armament helped me with this build. Bauer Precision upper with an Alpha Shooting Sports 16-inch rail. BSF 18-inch barrel with the Dead Air Nomad 30 BH gear suppressor cover that will not melt. I'm not going to get into that conversation. A lot of the experts was pushing a suppressor cover on me, and I tried it and it melted. Slide Tactical 2-point sling, Alpha Omega Armament lower with the TK engraved, CMC single stage trigger 2.5 pounder. iRay RL42 is what I absolutely love to run. I know iRay has come out with some other scopes, but for some reason I just keep coming back to this RL42. PWS buffer tube with castle nut, and we got the Radiant Raptor charging handle. And I think that's pretty much it on this rig. The night vision footage was recorded with PVS 14. It's Photonus 14. This is what I was recording through. And Estien was running the OSS Helix 762 on his 762x39. You guys already know my helmet. I have it back here. We're going to be doing some footage here pretty soon about helmet setup and night vision. I know a lot of people want to know what's a good way to get into the game with night vision. You don't have to break the bank. You don't have to go chasing PVS 31s, DTMVGs, DTMVSs, Anvis 9s, RNVGs. You don't have to go up that big. I think it'd be really good to start off with a monocular, and you'd be amazed at how much money you can save with the mono. We'll talk about that here in the future. But I just wanted to share the gear with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this footage. And if you did, please hit the like button, get the subs going, get the notifications going, and I will try to get some more video up for you guys soon. I appreciate it, guys.